Okay, so I've received I've received a request to go over this question, and let's just have a look at this then. So we've got to find the equation of the tangent to the circle x squared plus y squared is equal to 25 at the points 3, 4 and 4, 3. So what we'll do to get started with this is we'll quickly draw a little sketch of what's happening. So here's my circle. Let's add some axes. Okay, x and y. And what's the radius going to be? Well, if this circle has an equation x squared plus y squared equals 25, then the radius is going to be the square root of 25. So I actually know that this crosses the axes here at 5. Okay, and that also means that these points are both going to be on the circle. If you think about your Pythagoras' theorem, 3 squared plus 4 squared does equal 25. So we know that these are points on our circle. So let's mark these points on our circle. So 3, 4, it's going to be about here. And the other one was at 4, 3. And 4, 3 is about here. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to help you work out the equation of just one of those tangents at one of those points, because I think that you can have a go at the other one on your own, but I will give you the answer to that. So let's have a look at this one. We're going to focus on this one here. Okay, now the tangent at that point will look something like this. Okay, it's just touching the circle. We can see that's going to have a gradient sloping down, isn't it? Okay, and it's going to cross the axes wherever, I don't know. So we need to know a couple of things then. For our straight line, okay, we need to know a couple of things in order to define it. Okay, we need to know a coordinate that it goes through, and we also need to know a gradient. So we already know the coordinate. Okay, so things we need, coordinate. Excuse my handwriting. Okay, coordinate, we've got that, lovely. We also need to know what the gradient is. Is there a circle theorem which we can use to know what the gradient is? Well, we do know that if we've got a radius, that meets at 90 degrees to a tangent. So what is the gradient? What is the gradient of this radius? That's what we need to think about. So the change in y is 4, isn't it? The change in x is 3. So that has a gradient of 4 over 3. So if that's the radius, if the radius is 4 over 3, then we need the negative reciprocal to work out the gradient of this tangent, don't we? Okay, so the negative reciprocal will be minus 3 over 4. So we do have the gradient now, and we've got the coordinate, so let's write those down. So we've got the gradient minus 3 over 4, and the coordinate is 3, 4. Right, I've got those two bits of information. Great. Now I need to put them into the equation for a straight line. Now there's two options you've got here. If you want to do it all in one go straight away, you can use this one. Y minus y1 equals m x minus x1. Okay, so if you remember, the y1 and the x1 are those values there, and you just substitute it in. Or we could substitute it into y equals mx plus c, and then we'd have to work out what our plus c was, and then we would then go back and rewrite it. So you can pick either way. I can show you both ways if you want. So the first way, y minus y1, so y1 is the coordinate, the y coordinate it goes through, which is 4. The gradient m is minus 3/4. X minus x1, so the x coordinate is 3. Okay, what I need to do now is expand these brackets and add 4 to both sides. So that means we'll have minus 3/4 x. And then I've got to, so it'll be minus 3/4 times minus 3, so that's going to give me positive 9/4, but then I have to add on to that 4, so I should end up with 25/4. Okay, if you did it the other way, you substituted it into your y equals mx plus c, what would our y values be? So our y value is 4, m is minus 3/4, x is 3, plus c, so you just need to work out what my plus c is. So I'm going to do 4, take away minus 3/4, bear with, times 3. So I get my plus c here is equal to 25/4, and then what I have to do is go back and rewrite it into the equation of a straight line. So your answer is again the same answer, y equals minus 3/4 x plus 25/4. Okay, so that's how you do it. That's how you work out the equation of a tangent. Okay, you need those two things: a coordinate that it goes through and its gradient. And then also, just for that last question there, if you wanted to know the answer for that one, I'll just tell you. The answer is y equals minus 4/3 x plus 25/3. Okay, so if you had a go at that that coordinate as well, that's the answer that you should have got for that one. Okay, I hope that helps. Let me know if you want any other help at all. I'm happy to help.
Joash Maths.